Hey everyone, and welcome back to Be Free Cycling. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more deep dives like this one, where we break down e-bikes.
Before you buy them.
You got it. Today we are looking at the Velectrek 1000W peak electric bike for adults.
Ah, yes, the Velectrek.
This one's been making some serious waves.
Yeah, it has.
Almost 310 ratings on Amazon already.
It's really generating a lot of buzz.
Yeah, so
And for good reason.
for good reason. So if you're in the market
Definitely.
for an e-bike, you'll want to stick around for this one.
For sure.
Okay, let's unpack this thing. Right off the bat, the Amazon listing boasts a
Powerful.
powerful,
1000W.
1000W peak motor. That's a lot of power.
That is a lot.
They are promising effortless hill climbs, breezy commutes, and top speeds of over 25 miles per hour.
Yeah, 25 mile per hour might sound a bit much for some, but
Yeah, but imagine you're running late for work
right.
and need to navigate some city traffic.
Yeah,
This kind of power could be a real lifesaver.
for sure a lifesaver. And
Yeah.
maybe even a little bit.
Yeah, and fun, right.
A little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Plus, for those who live in hillier areas.
Yeah,
Or simply want the option to tackle those inclines without breaking a sweat.
right.
Yeah, that extra power could be a game changer. Opens up a whole new world
Right,
of possibilities for where you can ride and what you can do.
For sure. And speaking of possibilities, the Velectrek boasts a pretty impressive range.
It does.
We're talking up to 70 miles on a single charge,
Wow.
thanks to its 48V 7020WH removable lithium-ion battery.
That's a big battery.
Now, 70 miles, that's not just a trip to the grocery store.
No.
That's weekend adventures,
Weekend adventure.
exploring new trails, maybe even commuting to work for a few days without needing to recharge.
That's right.
I mean, 70 miles.
I think it really takes away that
Yeah.
range anxiety that can be a barrier for some people considering an e-bike.
Yeah.
You can ride with confidence knowing you have plenty of juice to get you where you need to go, and then some. And the removable battery is a big plus too,
It is.
making it easy to charge wherever you have an outlet.
Absolutely. Now, we all know safety and comfort are paramount
Yes,
when it comes to e-bikes,
especially.
with this much power. Velectrek seems to have that covered.
It seems to.
With dual suspension and front and rear mechanical disc brakes with an EABS system
Wow.
for some serious stopping power.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
They've got those essential features for any e-bike, especially one designed for both on and off-road adventures.
Right.
Dual suspension smooths out those
Yeah.
bumps and vibrations, making for a comfortable ride.
Yeah.
And disc brakes provide that reliable stopping power in all weather conditions.
Right. You definitely want that peace of mind
Absolutely.
if you're navigating city streets or tackling more challenging terrain.
You got it.
Absolutely. And for those of us who like to customize our riding experience, the Velectrek offers 5 riding modes.
Vibe.
Pure electric, pedal
Fuck.
assist, and classic bike mode, along with 5 levels of pedal assist.
Nice.
Yeah. So some days you might want a full workout with just a little assist,
Right.
while other days you might prefer to let the motor do the work.
Exactly. That kind of versatility is a huge plus.
It is.
Allows you to tailor the ride to your needs.
Yeah.
Whether you're looking for a leisurely cruise, a challenging workout, or a combination of both.
Right.
You're not just stuck in one mode, you're in control
You are
of
out.
how much effort you want to put in.
And to help you keep track of all this,
Right.
there's a color LCD display showing speed, battery power,
Pedal assist level.
pedal assist level, mileage, and more.
That's great.
So that's a nice feature, especially if you're
If you like data.
data-driven, yeah,
Yeah.
and like to see your progress. A few reviewers even said the display was bright and easy to read, even in direct sunlight.
Having that information
Yeah.
readily available is great
It is.
for monitoring your ride progress and battery life.
Right.
Yeah.
It lets you plan your trips effectively, avoid those dead battery moments,
Right.
and really get the most
Yeah.
out of your e-bike experience.
So the feature list definitely checks a lot of boxes.
Definitely.
But what are real riders saying about this bike? Well, I took a deep dive into the Amazon reviews.
You did.
And overall, people are
What'd you find?
pretty happy with this Velectrek model.
They are.
There's a lot of positive feedback around the ease of assembly,
Oh, that's good.
which is always a plus, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Especially for those who might not be
Yeah.
mechanically inclined.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to spend hours trying to assemble their new e-bike.
No.
The straightforward assembly process really adds to that sense of excitement
It does.
and makes the whole experience more enjoyable.
Absolutely. And beyond assembly, riders are raving about the bike's performance, build quality, sleek design.
Nice.
They even say it looks more expensive than it is.
Oh, wow.
Here's a comment from Sam Frisk,
Sam Frisk?
a verified buyer. Okay.
The assembly was a tad laborious, but the bike itself is so sharp and very nice. It looks and feels like a $3,000 bike for a great price.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
Feeling like you got more than what you paid for is a great feeling.
It is.
Speaks volumes about the bike's overall quality of value it offers.
Another verified buyer,
Gingergram.
Raves about the ease of riding.
Okay.
I love how easy it is to ride and how easy it is to learn how to ride. It is well built and comfortable. So there you have it.
Straight from the mouth.
Straight from the mouths of the people.
The people who have actually ridden this bike.
Now, while there's a ton of praise for the battery life, and rightfully so, a few riders mentioned getting a shorter range than the advertised 70 miles.
Really?
I was a bit skeptical at first, but I guess it makes sense. Think about it. Rider weight, terrain, how much pedal assist you're using, even wind conditions,
can
all affect how far you can go on a single charge.
It's like comparing gas mileage for a car.
Yeah.
You're not always going to get the advertised MPG if you're driving uphill or with a full load of passengers.
Right. Makes sense. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the technical specs.
Okay.
This Velectrek weighs about 52 pounds without the battery.
Okay.
And 61 pounds with it.
So that's something to consider if you live in a walk-up apartment.
Right.
Or need to frequently lift the bike onto a car rack.
Yeah.
However, if you have a garage or a sturdy bike rack, the weight might not be a deal breaker.
Right. And
let's be honest, with a motor that powerful, you're probably not going to be doing much lifting anyway.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. The max load capacity is 300 pounds.
Okay.
And the recommended height is 5'1" to 7'3".
5'1" to 7'3". So knowing these specifications is crucial.
It is.
When choosing any e-bike.
Yeah.
You want to make sure it's a good fit.
You do.
For your size and intended use.
Right.
After all, riding an e-bike that's too big or too small can not only be uncomfortable, but it can also be unsafe.
Absolutely. And speaking of charging, the battery takes about 5 to 6 hours to fully juice up.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. You could easily charge it overnight.
Right.
And be ready for your morning commute or a weekend adventure.
That's pretty standard.
It is.
For an e-bike battery of this size.
Yes.
It's all about convenience.
Right.
And ensuring you have enough power to get where you need to go.
Right.
Without constantly worrying about running out of juice.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
The Velectrek seems to have a lot going for it. Power, range, comfort, versatility.
Positive reviews.
Even
a stylish design.
But how does it stack up against the competition? What are some of the key takeaways?
I think what's really interesting here is the combination of features and affordability.
Right.
You're getting a powerful motor, a long-range battery, a comfortable riding experience, and the versatility of multiple riding modes, all at a price point that's competitive with many lower-spec models.
I totally agree. It seems to tick a lot of boxes.
It does.
For what people are looking for in an e-bike.
Especially
those looking for an entry point into this world without breaking the bank.
Absolutely.
But let's get real for a minute.
Okay.
What are some of the potential drawbacks?
Well,
are there any compromises riders might need to consider?
Well, like we discussed earlier, the weight could be a consideration for some riders. And while the reviews are overwhelmingly positive, there are a few mentions of the brakes needing some initial adjustments.
Right.
It's important to remember that no bike is perfect.
Right.
And there will always be some minor quirks or adjustments needed.
Right.
It's all about weighing those against the overall value and benefits the bike offers.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
No bike is going to be perfect for everyone.
Right.
But it's about finding the one that best fits.
That's right.
Your needs and preferences.
Absolutely. You know, one thing that some reviewers brought up was the lack of integrated lights.
Yeah, that's true. You would need to add lights if you planned right at night or in low light conditions.
Right.
For safety and visibility. But hey,
that's safety.
That could be an opportunity to customize your ride even further.
Exactly. Think of it as a chance to personalize your e-bike.
Right.
And add some flair. And let's face it, with a bike this stylish, you'll want to show it off.
You will.
Even after the sun goes down.
Now, I want to shift gears a bit and talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the battery on the bike?
Okay, the battery.
Yeah, we mentioned the impressive 70-mile range.
Yes.
But some reviews mentioned shorter ranges.
Right.
I know we talked about external factors.
Right.
But could the advertised range be a bit optimistic?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
While Velectrek's advertised range is likely achievable under ideal conditions.
Right. It's important to remember that real-world riding often throws curveballs our way.
Right, like those unexpected hills or strong headwinds that can drain your battery faster than you anticipated.
Exactly.
I guess it comes down to being aware of those factors and adjusting your expectations accordingly.
Being prepared,
Yeah.
understanding the limitations. But even with some range variation, the Velectrek still offers a significant range
It does.
compared to many e-bikes in its class.
Okay, so let's talk about who this bike is really for. We've touched on commuters, adventurers, fitness enthusiasts.
Right, all kinds of riders.
But if you had to narrow it down, who do you think would benefit most from the Velectrek?
I think this e-bike would be ideal for someone who wants a versatile and powerful e-bike that can handle both daily commutes and weekend explorations without breaking the bank.
Right.
It's for someone who prioritizes performance, range, and comfort, and who's looking for an e-bike that can adapt to their evolving needs.
I see it as a perfect entry-level e-bike for someone who's been on the fence about taking the plunge.
Yep. It offers a taste of everything the e-bike world has to offer. Speed, power, range, comfort. Without the premium price tag of some of those high-end models.
Exactly. It's a great way to dip your toes into the e-bike waters and see if it's the right fit for your lifestyle.
Right.
And with so many positive reviews from riders of all experience levels, it's clear that the Velectrek is capable of delivering a satisfying and enjoyable riding experience.
Now, while we're on the topic of the e-bike world, I'm curious about something.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the practical and personal benefits of e-bikes.
We have.
But what about the bigger picture? How do you see e-bikes contributing to a more sustainable future?
That's a great question. E-bikes are more than just a fun and convenient mode of transportation.
Right.
They represent a shift towards a more sustainable and eco-friendly way of life. As cities become increasingly congested and concerns about climate change grow,
Right.
e-bikes offer a viable alternative to cars, especially for short to medium distance trips.
You know, I was reading an article recently about how e-bikes are even starting to change the landscape of urban planning.
Really?
Cities are starting to incorporate dedicated bike lanes and charging stations, making it easier and safer for people to choose e-bikes over cars.
That's a fascinating trend.
It is.
It shows that cities are recognizing the potential of e-bikes to reduce traffic congestion, improve air quality, and create a more livable environment for their residents.
Right.
And as more people make the switch to e-bikes, these infrastructure improvements will only continue to expand, creating a positive feedback loop.
It's like a ripple effect.
A ripple effect.
One e-bike at a time.
I like that.
And it's not just about the environmental impact. It's about personal well-being, too.
Absolutely.
When you're on an e-bike, you're not stuck in traffic, you're not stressed about parking, you're not breathing in exhaust fumes, you're out in the fresh air, getting some exercise and enjoying the ride.
Exactly. It's a win-win for both the planet and our personal well-being. And I think that's what makes e-bikes so appealing. They offer a solution that benefits everyone, not just the individual rider.
I totally agree. Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive, let's give our listeners a quick rundown of the Velectrek's technical specs. This is always helpful for those who like to get into the nitty-gritty details before making a decision.
Absolutely. So let's start with the weight, as we mentioned earlier. The Velectrek weighs about 52 pounds without the battery and 61 pounds with it. Right. It's not the lightest e-bike out there, but it's also not excessively heavy considering the powerful motor and long-range battery.
The max load capacity is 300 pounds, so it can accommodate a wide range of riders and even carry some cargo if needed.
That's right.
The recommended height is 5'1" to 7'3", making it suitable for most adults.
Okay.
The charging time for the battery is about 5 to 6 hours, which is pretty standard for an e-bike of this caliber. And let's not forget those 5 riding modes and 5 levels of pedal assist, allowing for a truly customized riding experience.
Very nice.
All right, so there you have it, folks. The Velectrek 1000W Peak electric bike for adults. A powerful, versatile, and affordable e-bike that's making waves in the e-bike world.
It is.
But here's the million-dollar question. Is it the right e-bike for you?
That's the question we're going to help you answer in our final thoughts.
We'll be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back. We've spent this deep dive exploring the Velectrek e-bike, but as we wrap up, let's bring it back to you. Is this the e-bike that's going to change your life?
It very well could.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of e-bikes. They have this unique potential to transform not just how we get around, but how we experience our world and how we feel about ourselves.
I love that idea. So what could that transformation look like for someone considering the Velectrek?
Okay, so picture this. You're on your Velectrek, cruising past those gas-guzzling cars stuck in rush hour traffic.
There.
You're not just saving money on gas and parking, you're feeling the wind in your hair, arriving at work energized and ready to tackle the day.
Okay, I'm already feeling less stressed just imagining that. But what about those who aren't using it for their daily commute?
Well, imagine yourself on the weekend exploring those trails you've always wanted to check out but never had the stamina for.
Right.
With the Velectrek's 70-mile range and powerful motor, those hills are no longer daunting.
Yeah.
You're free to explore further, discover hidden gems, and experience the outdoors in a whole new way.
You're turning those I wish I could moments into I'm doing it moments.
Exactly.
It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about expanding your horizons and rediscovering the joy of exploration.
And then forget the fitness aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, you can choose to let the motor do all the work, but you can also use the pedal assist to challenge yourself, gradually increase your fitness level, and feel that sense of accomplishment as you conquer those hills.
Yeah, I've heard from some e-bike riders that it's actually motivated them to get back into cycling after years of inactivity. They're rediscovering the joy of riding a bike, but with that extra boost to help them along the way.
That's fantastic. It's all about finding that balance between enjoyment and effort.
Right.
And the Velectrek gives you the flexibility to do just that.
So as we conclude our deep dive into the Velectrek e-bike, I want to leave you with this final thought. Don't just think about the features and specs. Think about the possibilities. How could this e-bike fit into your life? How could it change your daily routine, your weekend adventures, your overall approach to fitness and exploration? If you're intrigued by the possibilities and want to learn more about the Velectrek 1000W Peak Electric Bike for adults, we've included a link to the Amazon listing in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to Be Free Cycling for more in-depth e-bike reviews and insights just like this one. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, happy riding.